Hello and welcome back. I am just jumping on before we get into the intro of this video. Spoiler alert, this is the makeup that I'm about to put on my face. I just wanted to jump on and let you guys know that I do have a question box running on my Instagram stories at the moment. I will leave a link in the description box, but I would love to, if you guys are interested in seeing that, do a Q&A type video, like more get to know me, so you can leave assumptions, questions for me, anything that you want me to talk about in a more kind of chatty get to know me style video, because I feel like I don't do a lot of those just sit down, answer a bunch of questions type videos, and I love to watch those videos. So I will leave a link to that in the description. You can also just, pop your question in the comment if you have anything, if you don't have Instagram and you want to ask me anything, or just pop me a direct message on Instagram or email or anything that you want to get in touch. If you want to keep it more anonymous, that's fine. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the makeup. Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a very springy, very fresh makeup look. It's going to be easy, quick, go-to glam. This is what I've been wearing for the past 3-4 weeks when I've been wanting to look a little bit more put together. It's very pink inspired, so I've got on my pink sweatshirt because I always have to match the vibe that I'm going for on my face. So yeah, I'm feeling good that spring is on the way. What can I say? So okay, we're gonna get into this. I've got a few new products that I've been testing out over the last few weeks that I want to share with you. But first things first, my lips are very dry, so I'm gonna put some lip balm on. 1 second. So I'm just using the Bite Agave Nighttime Lip Therapy. This is one of my favorite lip treatments. Okay, so for base, I'm gonna use just my normal, usual, sorry, there's nothing new here, but I want my skin to look nice, so I'm just continuing to try and work through this Urban Decay Hydromaniac. It's one of those things that I really like this foundation. I think it's a really good foundation, but you don't want to use too much of it, because I feel like if you use too much, then it can look quite cakey and greasy quite quickly. But when when you use it in the right way, it's a really, really nice looking foundation and really glowy. But I don't know if I would repurchase it, just because there's so many other foundations and light coverage foundations that have come out recently that I really want to try. That the Kosas one looks so nice, but I've got about 4 or 5 open foundations, so I've told myself that I'm not going to buy another foundation until I have worked through some of the ones I have already. I've just been mixing the shades 20 Fair with a little bit of 30 Light, just to take away a little bit of the pale, sickly looking edge that 20 can give me. It also probably doesn't help that my brush is caked in product and really needs washing. I definitely notice a difference when I wash my brushes about how my product applies to my face. So if you are finding that foundation just doesn't absorb into your skin very well, and you're always having to go over 500,000 times to try and get it to blend in, try washing your brushes if you haven't done that recently. It will most likely make a difference. So I'm going to use a little bit of my tried and tested Uoma Stay Woke Concealer. I'm in the shade White Pearl T1. This is just my favorite concealer to wear, honestly. It's just one of my foolproof go-to concealers, because it just always looks good on my skin. You may have noticed as well that I have wavy hair today. I recently bought the Bondi Boost hair waver, and I love it. If you have been following me for a while, I used to do a few hair tutorials and stuff back in the day, and that is how I got into YouTube originally. I found the world of YouTube through hair tutorials, trying to do fun stuff and braids and stuff with my hair. I've done a few French braid tutorial, I'm talking like 6-7 years ago. French braid tutorials and stuff like that. And curling, you know, how I curl my hair and stuff. But honestly, my hair is so straight and so lifeless that curls just drop out so quickly that I rarely do anything with my hair except straighten it these days, because it's just so high maintenance to try and get curls in my hair. And also, you know, using a lot of heat, and I've kind of stepped away from using tools for a long time because it's just better not to use a lot of heat on your hair. But I couldn't resist the waving trend anymore. So yes, I invested in the Bondi Boost, and although I definitely find, like, compared to my GHDs, my hair does feel like crispy after using them, I love the effect and it makes me feel so spring summer and like a beach babe. Like, I used to, when I was like younger, I used to try and get this look because I read in magazines that you could buy like sea salt spray for your hair. So I used to buy all like the salt sprays and stuff and try and like scrunch my hair up, and I was like, it just still looks completely straight. Yeah, oh my god, like how we used to get our beauty tips back in the day. I used to always read magazines and like then go and buy the products. Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream was one that I got, I got obsessed with, and also the YSL Touche Éclat, because I always used to read about them in magazines, and now I know, like, obviously the brands are like paying as paid product placement, but I was like, Jennifer Aniston loves using 8-Hour Cream, I need to go and buy it. So I would like beg my mum to go and buy it. Yeah. Anyway, I have always wanted tousled beachy waves, and I feel like with the Bondi Boost Waver I can actually achieve that. So I'm very into it at the moment. So I recommend, if you have very straight, limp hair, also go and try out the Bondi Boost Waver. It's like not the cheapest waver, but it's definitely not the most expensive either. And you can get, I think you can get, like, if it's a first purchase, you can get like 10 or 15% off. So I do recommend, like, if you're wanting to get the wavy look, like, this has really worked for my hair, and my hair does not hold a curl. I'm just using the Saie cream bronzer, Sun Melt bronzer in light bronze. This has been my favorite cream bronzer to use at the moment. I mean, it's, again, something that I purchased fairly recently, but I just love the tone it gives. And I also swatched it next to my Milk Baked bronzer, and it's almost exactly the same shade. It's pretty much a perfect dupe. There's a very slight difference, but it's almost like it would be pretty much imperceptible on the face. But the reason that I think I prefer this is because I'm just into more of the pot form now. Obviously the Milk is a bronzing stick, and also the Milk one comes in 2 shades, whereas this one comes in 4, which I think could still be improved, but it's better than 2, so it's a little bit more inclusive. But yeah, both are just really easy to blend, and they give, like I said, almost the same kind of tone and look on the skin. I want to come in. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can hear a cat purring on my lap, but that might just be what it is for a few minutes. This is one of my new spring makeup purchases I bought a few weeks ago, and I've been testing, as I said. So this is the Saie, again from Saie. It's the Dew Blush in the shade Rosy. So I wanted something that was going to be a little bit more pinky toned, because I feel like all my blushes are very peach or a little bit brighter and like more kind of corally, reddy orange. But I didn't have anything that was like a more true pink. And I do think this still leans on the peachy side, but it's like the pinkest shade that they have in the range. And it's kind of a rosy with a little bit of peach undertone. It's definitely more pink than peach, but it has that kind of warmth to it. So I've really been liking this, and again, it really blends out really well, and I love that it has like a big fat doe foot applicator. It makes it really easy to apply, and it's not as messy as some other cream blushes, which are like, you know, in pots and stuff, and you don't have to use your fingers really. I mean, you can obviously blend it out with your fingers, but I like to use a brush. And the thing that I really like about this is it's very pigmented for a cream blush. I find that it actually like packs a punch, but it still leaves that really nice natural glow to your skin. I will show you how it builds up. Can look a little bit much in person when I build it out like this, but I think for the camera it's gonna look better. Do you look a little bit like a clown? Yeah, it just sits on top of my base products really well. It's just a good cream blush formula. I'm then going to just powder to set everything down because this is a very glowy makeup look. I have been wearing powder with it. So I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade 1. I am applying that quite generously because I know I'm gonna wanna wear this makeup for a while because we're going out tonight for dinner. So I'm just making sure that everything is set really well. I always try and avoid the apples of my cheeks when I powder because I like a little bit of glow to come through there. I am going to now apply this Beauty Bay eye base because I'm gonna use only cream shadows, and I just wanna make sure that they're not creasing and moving around and stuff. And again, I've been really liking this. It does a good job of stopping any creasing from happening. This is in the shade Base 2. So it's obviously just a very light, my skin color tone. And I will just zoom you in whilst I do the eyes. Okay, so the two products I'm gonna use, one you will be very familiar with. We are going for this, as I say, spring pink vibe. So I'm gonna do a pink eyeshadow look today. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold Eyes to Mesmerise, one of my faves, you guys know. And then on top, I recently got this, which it's so good. Like, it's so unique. It's such a interesting formula, very different to other kind of eyeshadow toppers I've used in the past. So this is the Danessa Myricks, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, Danessa Myricks Colorfix Foil, and this is in the shade Alien. So you can see how like reflective it is just from the tube, but it's basically like a pink, and then it has this kind of green gold holographic shift to it, so it looks very rose gold when it's on the lid, and it complements this so well. Like, the two just look like they were meant to be worn together, and it just really amps up the wet looking sparkly shine of this to a whole other level, and I'm so excited that I found it, honestly. So I'm first going to take some of the eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury on my ring finger, and then I'm just gonna press it onto the lid. If you've watched a few of my videos, you will have seen me do this a ton of times before, but I'm just quite not too precise with it. I kind of just get it all on my lid and then just really work it in to the skin with my fingers, because I think that just looks the best. And when you watch like makeup artists and stuff do makeup on people, they often just really use their fingers to work products in, and it always looks so effortless and natural when you do that. You just have to blend for longer than you think you do. You just have to keep going. The more you blend, even with your fingers, the better it looks. Obviously you can also blend with a brush if you prefer doing that, but I just really like blending out cream eyeshadow with my fingers. And then I'm just gonna kind of do that to kind of blend the edges a little bit. So even just on its own, this is already a really beautiful rose gold look. I have used pink eyeshadow in the past, and I actually bought another pink eyeshadow palette from Revolution recently, and it just made me look like I had, like I was unwell, like I had really red swollen eyes, because the shade of pink with our fair skin and everything, and with the orange hair, you just need to make sure that you're getting the right tone to complement everything. And like I've said this several times, but this Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold shade I think is just the perfect amount of pink to gold ratio for it to be really, really flattering. I mean, it's going to be flattering on people, you know, with this skin tone, even if they aren't redheads, because it's pretty close to a fair tone skin, whatever color hair you have. But it's like the best pink eyeshadow that I've ever found in terms of tone for my skin color and my hair color and my eye color. It all just really works together beautifully. So then I'm gonna take, let me swatch this for you actually. So literally you have to take the most tiny amount of this. That is gonna be plenty. And let me just swatch this. So when it swatches pretty opaque, I guess. Like it's quite an opaque sheen. But what I like to do is just keep going and keep blending, and then it just kind of blends into more of a topper. And because it has that gold reflect rather than like a silvery reflect, I don't know, it again like doesn't look too pink on the eyes, and the color is very, very unique because it does have that very holographic element to it, but it just looks really, really nice. What I'm trying to say is it still looks neutral enough to be wearable every day, but it has, you know, it is a duochrome eyeshadow, and I normally stay away from duochromes. It's very like liquidy, but it dries quickly, so you need to work with it quickly. So I tend to work like one eye at a time. But yeah, hopefully you can tell the difference. It's very subtle, but it just amps up the shine and the wet lookingness of it. You can just kind of keep layering it up. You want to do it little by little and then add to it if you want to. So I think I am gonna add a little bit of eyeliner, just because, as I said, we are going out tonight, so I know that I'm gonna wanna kind of take this from day to night. So I'm gonna take the Beauty Bay crayon eyeliner in the shade Coffee. I'm just gonna line my top lashes and then smudge it out, and then I might put a little bit of eyeshadow, like neutral eyeshadow underneath. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna go into the Beauty Bay Golden Age palette, and I'm just gonna, this is a really nice palette by the way, if you want a lot of different goldy bronzy shades to choose from. I'm just gonna go into this kind of crease shade here called Glamour. I'm just gonna run a little bit of that under my lash line to define a little bit, but nothing too heavy. So for brows, I'm taking my Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Blonde, and then for mascara, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Keep Your Curl mascara. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in the shade Pillow Talk, and then I have a new lip gloss to try. So this is the Bare Minerals lip gloss Balm, and this is in the shade Vision, and this is actually a very cool toned pink, so I don't know if this is gonna go with this vibe, because it's definitely more of a warm peachy vibe that I have going on, but we're gonna try it out. I do really like the texture of these. They're very like pillowy and cushiony on the lips, and they have a lot of gloss to them, but they are quite sheer. So, and they have a ton of different shades as well. So I'm just adding Pillow Talk underneath to try and give it a little bit more pigment, and kind of ties in nicely with my sweatshirt actually. When I've worn this without a lip balm underneath, it kind of comes off as like more of a bubblegum cool toned pink, but this is actually layering really nicely and kind of using the lip liner colour underneath to complement the shade of the lip gloss. So that is it. Yeah, another wearable makeup look. I'm sorry, I know I am quite repetitive with my makeup tutorials and my makeup looks that I do on here, but this isn't the usual bronzy brown neutral, at least. It's just like a pinky neutral look. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. There we go, I just zoomed out a little bit. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting my content as always. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, please do head over to the link in my description box and let me know if you do have any questions for me to do like a Q&A, get to know me more type video. Like I say, I would like to do that, but I really don't know what people want to know, if anyone wants to know anything. So yeah, let me know, and if I get enough questions then I will of course make that video for you guys. Otherwise I try and fill you in as much as I can, like in my vlogs and my more chatty videos when I do them. Thank you so much for watching again. I really hope that you are doing well and taking care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.